Hey guys, it's time for not rant, but a kind of analysis over this interview with Twinfinite with Yasuyuki Oda over Samurai Shodown and future stuff happening. Now, I've got a bit of a cold, so I'm wearing the face mask. Yes, that's my excuse. So let's have a look at what's going on. Maybe we'll have a little bit of a talk about what's happening maybe between the lines. So let's have a look. So Samurai Shodown, as you know, has been launched. Everything's lovely and wonderful. So they're also going to talk a little bit about Metal Slug. So commenting about the reception for Samurai Shodown, everyone's a bit concerned and worried and things because it's been a while since Samurai Shodown came out, and I think it's definitely something to definitely worry about because Samurai Shodown 2, Samurai Shodown 1, I'd say they were quite big in the West, but the 3, 4, 5 not so much. But hey, I'm not a complete expert, but that's what it was for me and my friends anyway. So the season pass. Now this is a very, very interesting comment about this, right? So shout outs to Giuseppe. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But it's very interesting that they gave away the season pass to America and Europe. While the Japanese users did not. Mostly an idea from the marketing guys. It seems to be the thing that people want nowadays. They appreciate the extra bonus. Okay, so that was a nice comment. And then we move on. And I'm thinking, actually, no, I don't think that conversation was really over. Because from the Japanese friends that I know, they were not particularly happy about this, right? It's like, oh God. Right, so you give America and Europe the free season pass, right? And Japan gets nothing. Like, literally nothing. And you think they're going to be happy with that? I mean, really. It's like, come on, man. I think, a couple of marketing guys had a great idea, but they also annoyed quite a lot of the Japanese fans. I mean, really, did they get... I'm trying to think hard. Did they get something else? No, I think they got a skin. I'm not sure, but they certainly did not get the season pass. And you can imagine being a Japanese fan and thinking, "Oh, hold on a minute. Wait, who's important now? Who are you supposed to be caring for? If not your favorites, maybe everyone should be treated the same. But no, America and Europe get a free whole season pass. Japan got nothing. It's interesting, right? But perhaps it was quite a harsh move, but perhaps a very good one, because of course Samurai Shodown sold extremely well in Japan. It's sold out a few times, or once, at least once, regardless of the season pass. And in America and Europe, well, I guess it sold. And it was very much applauded that they got the season pass for free. But I think that's one thing definitely between the lines they're not going to talk about, because obviously if you're an American fan or European fan, you're like, hey, awesome. Japanese fan, you're like, But there we go. At least it helped SNK get success. So yeah, blame it on the marketing guys. All right, fine. Smart guys. Kind of ruthless, but great. So second season pass. Are we going to go past that? Now that's a very good topic, because you've got your season 1 for free. Season 2, everyone's going to have to pay for it. Now that's going to be very interesting. I wonder if you're going to pay for it. I'm not sure myself. We'll see, because if the game is fun, if the characters are fun, okay, let's go. But considering I'm not a Samurai Shodown fan, really, I got Galford, I got Hanzo, Shiki's in there. Everyone loves Shiki, but she's in there. She's not DLC. We'll come to that in a second. It's going to be very interesting to see what the favorites are for the people who are fans, right? But so far, Season 2's plan. Season 3 is all dependent on Season 2, and that makes sense, right? So basically, if Season 2 doesn't sell, we will not see Season 3. If we don't see Season 3, that means Season 2 did not sell, at least. So we'll see. And I think that kind of explains what happened to KOF as well. So, sad that it is, that's what it is. Right, now, Metal Slug talking about one-hit death mechanic. Yes, this is going to always be a contentious point. If you all remember Cuphead, people crying and moaning, journalists crying, and people crying and moaning about it because it's so difficult and well, SNK's looking at it, they're thinking about it. Of course, Metal Slug Attack and Defense did really well on mobile, so and using 2D pixel graphics, after all that 3D stuff, I think we saw a new Metal Slug being produced. It's licensed and it's going to be in 3D, so it's going to be interesting to see how that sells. And I think really if that sells well, SNK will be like, right, let's do a new one. But yeah, it might be 3D, and I think the 2D is really part of the charm. The pixel art is part of the charm, but of course that's hard work. Well, we say it's hard work. Look at Metal Slug Attack, they're churning it out, so whatever. Let's see. Yeah, the one-hit kill thing. Yeah, in my opinion, they should just have options. Just give the people what they want. Give them all the options they want. I don't really see what the problem is. But and for another thing, set normal and even easy mode to be, easy for journalists to get through without them crying and moaning, right? And then put the one-hit kill on the pro level. And that might make people a lot happier, at least. Pro players get to brag about how they're on pro level, whatever. And the average person will be like, hey, this game is cool, fun, whatever, die, finish, and put it on the shelf. But hey, they bought the copy, so everybody's happy. Right. So they're still discussing that, but I think just give them the options. And there's nothing else to talk about. Energy bars, whatever, shields, things that make them have fun and get through the game, and then it's done. And for the pro players who love that kind of sadistic stuff, make it one-hit kill, really hard bosses, show off the absolute skill, so speedrunners can't just jet through it, and we're good. Right, so yes, Wanfu was swapped over with Shiki for DLC. That's quite interesting. That's very, very interesting, because if you remember, we did some surveys, and SNK had some surveys with Dengeki as well, and people were talking about their favorites, and everyone was crying out for Shiki, or at least in the West. Everyone was crying out for Shiki, right? And it says here that they swapped Wanfu over for Shiki because of the female to male ratio, which is very, very interesting, because perhaps Oda didn't talk to the marketing guys who probably would have told him, you silly person, we could have sold a whole lot of money with Shiki as DLC. But the funny thing, of course, is that that's a risk, because if you put Shiki into the game, as one of the base characters, then all the Shiki fans will buy the game and be happy, rather than saying, oh no, SNK, you milked us, you took our money and you put Shiki as DLC. That's awful. Moan, complain, and maybe not buy the game. But a lot of Shiki fans are very happy with Shiki being in the game. So I'd say that was a good choice. So it's interesting that they talk about popularity. They are paying attention, as I told you, they are paying attention to what the fans like and the characters they call out for. And as for season 3, you've already got Mina, season 2, season 3, whatever. Mina, Iroha, they've been voting for these two, and well, they're probably going to come. But Genan has been a strange one. I'm not sure people are trolling or whatever, and I'm not sure how much of a minority they are, but they're very vocal people calling out for Genan. but we'll see if what season 2 is gonna. Wait, season 2's. Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll just see what's coming up next. But as I said, if season 2 doesn't sell, we're not going to get season 3. So if you want that, you're going to have to pump some money over to SNK. Right. So yes, talking about characters, other characters in Samurai Showdown. The possibility exists, and I can't say anything about it. In other words, it means that they're negotiating with other companies for money. Ana money. Right, everyone who's like happy to see guest characters, yeah, it's not just a, hey, take my character and be cool. It's called you pay us for the license to have your character in your game. You pay us. So all that, Tekken and stuff. It's not just hey, whoa, swap some characters. So actually, there might be a little negotiation between swapping characters, but it's interesting, It could happen in the future that we get a Tekken character somewhere, right? But I'm not sure. Of course, I don't think it's going to be in Samurai Shodown. So that might be in the works for King of Fighters 15, well in advance. That could be quite interesting. But we've only had one character, SNK character. That's Geese. So SNK's got to pay Bamco whatever for whatever character they want. It's going to be a lot more for free, but of course free, we would like free, wouldn't it? So I don't know how that's going to trade off, but Geese has been well received and quite top tier as well, so I'm not sure how Harada feels about that, or how the fan base kind of generally feels about that when a guest character comes in and just blows up everyone. Where's Noctis? Don't know, whatever, okay. So who knows if that was on purpose, or maybe they were like, hey, over a beer, make my character strong, will you? Alright then, Oda, let's do that. I don't know, but we'll see what's going to happen later on. So of course Oda's been quite friendly with the Flex team, so who knows, we could see some of those characters appear in King of Fighters 15 as well. Samurai Shodown though, yes, Soul Calibur's got the again, Bamco, Soul Calibur, Haomaru in Soul Calibur. That's going to be interesting, and maybe we'll have a trade-off there. But remember that when we talk about all of this, don't get too excited, because we did have Mai and Kula in DOA, and we have seen no DOA characters anywhere. Okay, so don't get too excited. SNK's making some money having characters paid for, but paying for characters, well, yeah, we'll see. Anything else? Yeah, gender bending, no, don't really care. So season 2 is all going to be all returning characters. So like I said, Mina, if they want to make some bucks, I guess we're going to see Iroha. Well, hey, boys need stuff, boobs. So that'd be good. Now this is interesting. They're talking about which characters. Sorry, I've gone up a bit too far. Which characters were popular, and Yasuyuki is saying that all three were well received from different parts of the community. If we read between the lines, that means the hungry boys were like, yeah. Not so much for Yash. But then again, the ninja boys were like, yeah. Yashamaru, right? And Dali, of course. I think that's kind of a mix of the two, maybe. But as for playability, yeah, Wu's a bit weird for some people. That's true. Dali's just, well, awesome. And Yashimaru is quite interesting, because Yashimaru is actually a kind of top tier character if you've been playing the game. Wu's just a bit, not so much. Dali's pretty good as well, but as you can see, they're paying attention, because Oda says they call Wu weak because she's a tricky character. Well, yeah, she does rely on a bit of traps rather than normal moves. So Not like she's got a big DP that just like gorilla swipe punches everybody out of the way. Right, okay. Switch version at 63 FPS. This is going to be amazing to see. Amazing to see because watching the Switch pump something out at 60 frames per second with the same graphics as the PS4 is going to be a feat to applaud. You want to stand on your feet and just go mad because I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. You got all these people crying out for Overwatch and Fortnite to be running at 60 FPS on a Nintendo Switch. You're joking, mate. You know, I'm not going to say I'm going to eat my hat. I'm just saying I'm doubtful. So if I do see it, I'm going to be very, very surprised, and I'm going to applaud like crazy, right? But yeah, they're confident. It's nice to see that they're confident that they could do it, and then you'd be like, so what happened with SNK Heroines? Why was that 30 frames a second? And yeah, and then I think they're going to start talking about what's next. Yes, they're going to talk about the PC version, and this really makes me wonder. Right? The PC version is a little bit off, right? It's coming. It's a little bit off, and we can't say anything about that. I'm making a guess here. I'm going to say it begins with G, it ends in Oogle. So we all know, look, Stadia, look, we do have the Stadia version. I'm pretty sure the PC version was announced in production a long time before Stadia. Now suddenly say Stadia's like, yeah, we're ready to go. You're like, what? Hold up. How does that work out? All these PC users are like, yeah, we're ready to play, man. And yet, of course, if you all, you know, as ancient as me, you all know how this works. You buy a console because of the game, not because of the console, right? And all the PC players are like, yeah, let's go, I want to play Samurai Showdown. And they're waiting, and PlayStation's like, buy PlayStation 4, my friend, if you want to play this game. It was the same with King of Fighters 14, and it's the same with Samurai Showdown. Now Google's in the mix, and you're like, well, okay. How about we give you some money and you put it on Stadia ASAP? Okay, at least that's what I would do. I'd be like, whatever, man. You want to sell some Stadia things? I'm not sure really Samurai Shodown's going to be the game that sells the Stadia, to be honest. But if it works on it, and if you heard the recent news about how Stadia is going to be, even better than offline, because it's going to be using predictive technology to execute your inputs. Yeah. I guess it has the potential to make people happy, but that's another chat for another time, right? Predictive input and versus a tournament offline situation. That's gonna be funny. But at the end of the day, if the player experience is great, they have no idea what's happening, but it's a great feeling, then maybe they'll have a lot of fun. So Stadia is a very interesting topic. We shall see what happens with that. And I really, really wonder about the graphics and everything, but it's, we'll just have to see. So, let's see. That's it. So that's the end of the article. Again, Yasuyuki Oda is being very, very confident because they've programmed it. They don't know about actually how it's going to work, maybe, but they've done the game, and so it will just be up to users to be trying to get this thing to work. And somehow the net code is going to be so good, it's going to be negative latency, and it will just play like it's offline. Although it will actually be predicting all your inputs and putting them in for you, and you'll have no idea that it's happening, and you'll be feeling like, hey, this is wonderful. It's like playing an online game with no lag. All right, fantastic. So that's the end of my analysis of the Samurai Shodown interview. I think there's some things that have been said, and I think there's some things that haven't been said, and I think there are some things that can't be said. But that's what you get with in between the lines. So You have to make up your own mind of what you think is going to happen next, or what they're really trying to tell you. But if you want more of this, you know what to do. Subscribe, give me a like, buy a t-shirt, follow me on Twitter, donate so that Bala can get some cash and we can send him on a world tour and just cause absolute havoc everywhere, and provide wonderful, wonderful entertainment for everyone. Alright? So I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks very much for everyone listening, especially my subscribers. My subscribers, they are very, very important.